I did not allow anything with that. Oh, that is nonsense. That is such nonsense. I'm not going to let you accuse me of committing criminal activity.
In Duval, Jacksonville, Florida, where yesterday Ron DeSantis erupted at an audience member, a black veteran, who asked him about his culpability in the shooting, the recent shooting that took place at Dollar General in Jacksonville, Florida, where 21-year-old racist terrorist Ryan Palmetto intentionally sought after and killed 3 black shoppers at the store simply because, well, they were black. Now, the clip that you're getting ready to hear is Ron DeSantis's response to this black veteran, and you will hear the anger and the rage in Ron DeSantis when being confronted with this reality. But here's the thing. It's not just this one audience member that believes Ron DeSantis is partly responsible. Pastors from Jacksonville have called on Ron DeSantis to end his war on woke because they believe that the outcome of a so-called war on woke was always going to be violence. Listen to Ron DeSantis as he erupts on this audience member, asking him about his rhetoric and his policies that helped create this environment.
I did not allow anything with that. Well, listen, excuse me. I'm not going to let you accuse me of committing criminal activity. I am not going to take that. I am not going to take that. So you should. You want to have a civil conversation, that's one thing. Try to say that I'm letting. That guy was Baker acted. He should have been ruled ineligible, but they didn't involuntarily commit him, and so they weren't. No. There is the truth. There is something about the truth. It's not everyone doesn't have their own truth. No. You don't get to come here and blame me for some madman. That is not appropriate, and I'm not going to accept it.
Again, this is why I call Ron DeSantis a participation trophy politician, because he's never had to handle pressure as a political leader. He's never had to answer real questions because he has insulated himself in a bubble of friendly journalists and friendly audience members who would cheer everything that he says. And I find it to be the height of irony that he is trying to make an appeal to the notion of truth, as though he engages in truth when we have records and receipts of all of the deceptions and all of the lies coming out of this administration in the state of Florida alone. Can you imagine what this sociopath would do if he becomes president of the United States? Now, he was not being accused of actual criminal behavior. He was being accused of creating the environment that led to this violence. This white man, Ryan Palmetto, was engaged in a war on blackness. And the war on woke being waged by Ron DeSantis is nothing more than a war on blackness. And so this would help you to understand why Ron DeSantis, when he showed up in Duval 2 weeks ago to try to take credit for having compassion, and he wanted to get the photo ops, around this tragedy, this is why his putting fingered behind got booed.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is here. We're going to ask the governor if he will come down and turn remarks.
Well, thank you for doing this. I want to just say to the councilwoman, I got you. Don't worry about it. We've already been looking to identify funds to be able to help, one, make sure there's adequate security for Edward Waters College. We are not going to allow these institutions to be targeted by people.
Your policies caused this!
This is why he got treated that way, because everyone knows the game. Everyone in the state of Florida is familiar with the games of Ron DeSantis. And so for him to treat this question from an audience member, which, by the way, is a very direct and very bold question to ask a political figure. No doubt politicians are not used to being held to account like that. They're not used to being called on the carpet. But this is exactly the type of questioning that has to exist when you have someone as malicious as Ron DeSantis trying to become the next president of the United States. Without question, he should be asked about his role in creating the type of environment where white supremacists can march the streets of Orlando, can march the streets of Tampa, Florida. Yesterday, the same white supremacist Nazis who showed up this weekend showed up again in Orlando on an overpass with swastikas, and yet Ron DeSantis has not condemned a single one of them. When we really pause and think about the energy that Ron DeSantis just showed that black veteran in the first clip I played, have you even heard him remotely condemn white supremacists who literally support him? Nazis who wave the flag of the Confederacy, they wave swastikas, and they wave the big blue DeSantis country flags. Those are his supporters. Has Ron DeSantis even condemned them once? Has Ron DeSantis repudiated them? Has he rejected their support? No, he hasn't. But when a black man rightfully asks him about his role in creating this war on wokeness that is nothing more than a war on blackness, all of a sudden, Pudding Fingers gets a backbone.
Oh, that is nonsense. That is such nonsense. We've done more to support law enforcement in this state than anybody throughout the United States. Our crime rate in Florida is at a 50-year low. We have enacted policies so that people have a chance to live in safety. We have attracted people to come to this state in large part because we've had a commitment to public safety. So the notion that somehow we're not supportive of safety is absurd. And we've put our money where our mouth is. We've put support behind policies to hold people accountable who hurt other people. You haven't seen us releasing people from prison. When you do the crime, you do the time.
Yeah. But, you know, Ron DeSantis, I know that you are a master propagandist. I do have to give you that. You are a master of propaganda because no one asked you about your investments into the policing agencies. In fact, when you survey black men in America, when we talk about public safety, we are specifically talking about being safe from the police. Check the Black Male Voter Project as they researched all over the country and spoke to black men about how we define public safety. It's safety from police officers. And so for Ron DeSantis to go from this man asking him about this environment that he helped create, that Ron DeSantis helped create, to pivot to discussing how much he invested in police officers, oh, that's a masterstroke of propaganda. That is absolutely top tier political sociopathy, and it's being demonstrated by a man who wants to be the next president of the United States. Now, to the specific accusations being brought by this black veteran, the American Civil Liberties Union of Florida supports him. And they asserted that DeSantis' policies have made Florida less safe for black people. And this is echoed by the NAACP, who in recent weeks has issued a travel advisory for black people to stay out of the state of Florida because of the environment created by Ron DeSantis. And we see the fruits. We see the fruits of the war on woke, which is a war on blackness. The environment created Ryan Palmetto, who targeted black people.